Hello, equestrians. Welcome back. This is Classical Fundamentals Leading with Energy. This is the next very important part of our course in Classical Fundamentals, and it will build upon itself from here. So going to the first slide, what is leading with energy? So leading with energy is basically getting the horse in sync with your intentions. So when I say energy, I mean intentions and rate of um, rate of in height of intention, I suppose. A lot of things go into quote energy. I don't really like to use that as like an actual term because that can mean a lot of different things depending on where you're coming from. But it's really hard for me to try to like figure out a different thing for it. So we're going to be calling it energy until I figure this out. But basically, with your energy, it means bringing your heart rate up, having your body language indicate intention. And with a blind horse, because I'll be talking about both sighted and blind horses, but I will say with a blind horse, bringing up your heart rate and your frequency of clicks or frequency of body movement that makes noise is extremely important. So in the video that's right after this slideshow, I have everything mic'd, so I actually talk through the entire session and how I am communicating with my horse. So it really, intention, sound, heart rate has a lot to do with it. Yes, I didn't believe this myself at first, but yes, horses can very highly likely hear your heart rate. And this is likely part of the herd dynamic and how they can notice when one horse raises its head all the way on the other large part of a herd, the other horses all of a sudden pop their head up. It's not just movement, it's other things like hearing. Okay, so that is leading with energy. How does leading with energy affect the rest of my horse's training? So just as in the next video that we will be posting on shoulder and on the circle, this gets your horse in sync with transitions. So if you're on the shoulder and on the circle, you start bringing up your intention, then the horse will transition into a trot within the shoulder in. So basically leading with energy, I say I want to walk, we walk together, and I am like, okay, let's trot, and then I'll bring up my intention. The horse needs to be able to follow that intention up into a trot or a canter, and then also follow my energy back down. So bringing my intention back down, calming myself back down, lowering my heart rate. And this is not an easy task to do because a lot of the horses, high energy horses, will meet your energy and then exceed it by kind of passing you on the energy scale and saying, I'm going to go do this. And sometimes it's really difficult because horses who have low energy tends to not quite follow you up that scale very often. They just kind of like, okay, I see the human dancing in front of me and I'm not going to participate. Typically, mares are, there are exceptions, but mares tend to be more energy conservative or lower energy than geldings do because geldings and stallions are more of the let's play, let's fight, let's spar, whereas mares are like let's conserve energy for pregnancy kind of deal. And I'm not just stereotyping. Like I said, there are differences in individuals, but painting a broad stroke, generally, mares are a little bit lower energy. And positively bringing up that energy will actually bring along high rewards with your mare as training goes on. But basically, that's how that affects training. And why is this important? This is important because we want to be able to transition horses in and out of gaits and within the gait, so like medium, free, collected, all of the intergait transitions and then gate to gate transitions well. and without force. So in order to do that without force, the horse has to be in tune with you. You have to be in tune with the horse, and the horse has to be able to follow your guidance. And guidance also means your intentions, because horses are excellent at like sensing intention and acting upon it. And teaching a horse to act on what you are doing versus reacting to what you are doing, because those are two very different things, acting and reacting. When the horse is acting on intention, they tend to be braver, they're thinking through things, they have the rational part of their brain working, whereas if they are reacting to a stimulus, such as the whip or your leg, they can be somewhat unpredictable, and catching the correct behavior every time tends to be a little bit dicey. That's why if you see like a Grand Prix horse, they get a little discombobulated and confused, and people are like, oh, that happens a lot. That's a red flag, because that means the horse is reacting to what your aids are, and it's getting confused because of the presence of anxiety and doing 3 things that might be right, and then of course is in the middle of a test. But if the horse is acting upon your intention and you sync together enough, well enough, that basically you can take on the world. I mean, the horse still has its fight or flight, but the fight or flight becomes less and less of an issue as training goes on. Issue, I mean, as reactionary to outside stimulus, because it is acting on you as a stimulus instead of reacting to everything else around it as stimulus, such as a loose dog. But yes. But how does this carry over to riding? So this carries over to riding because once the horse gets used to following your intentions on the ground, because they can see your intentions on the ground, you can start transferring this over to riding during the riding in session. So riding is just like any new thing. It tends to be a little bit dicey at first because it's new. You're in a new leading position, and it's really a driving position. And once you bring up your intention and bring up your heart rate and bring everything up and then add the cue from your seat or leg, and the horse associates, okay, so the same energy that she brings to the trot on the ground is the same energy that she's bringing up onto the saddle, so I think I'll trot. And then rewarding that behavior after, they act on your intention. So that's how that transfers to riding. But that's for a later video for riding in. But yes, this is all about getting the horse to sync up with you, with your intentions. And this takes a little bit longer than just flicking the whip, getting them scared of it, and then getting them to react, because it's like, yeah, I can get a horse to trot by making them scared of the thing and reacting to it, so basically running away from it at a certain pace and then rewarding them for that. I could do that within 30 seconds. Or I can ask them to trot with me by getting them to sync up with me, using a good day to do it. Like the day that I used for this session that I explain here in a minute, I used it was a cooler day. It was a little bit overcast. Generally, cooler, overcast days, most animals are more active on those days anyway. It was kind of in the middle of the day, so he wasn't tired from the morning, but he wasn't also, post-nap either. So he came to me with a lot of energy anyway. So basically all I had to do was bring my energy down, and he followed, and I kept rewarding him for following that downward, more relaxed energy. And then the minute I brought it up, he acted on that and said, okay, let's go. So he did, and you'll see that in the video. All right. First, I have Mr. Revan. He's pretty excited because of the weather. He's a good boy. job. Just gonna walk him. I'm gonna try to keep our balance. Hey. Hold on. And we're gonna start trying to lead with energy. So I'm gonna keep a nice, loose, loose rein. And then see if he follows. Woo, good boy. When I walk forward and then start jogging forward. Today he's very sensitive, so you want to have a day where the horse is more likely to want to go forward. I didn't ask for that, so woo, I'll ask for something else so I can still reward him. Back, back, good boy. And it's going to be a low value. Yeah. I'm going to try again. So, see if he's connected. Yep. A little bit too much energy. Woo! Back, back, back. Good boy. So let's try again. Till he can match our energy instead of going too far. Oh. Let's try again. Let's get our distancing. Good boy. Good boy. Gonna mark that behavior. And reward. So let's try again on the other side. Oh yeah, you already know. Hey. Good boy. Good boy. And the behavior is the transition. We'll wait for him to finish. He's very satisfied because I just gave him a high value or reward. Yeah. So you want to be able to bring your energy up and bring your energy back down, and they will follow. Hey. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah? It's okay? Let's try again. Woo! Good boy. So leading with energy isn't just about going faster. It's about teaching them to follow your energy no matter what, and what type of energy. And he's not listening quite yet. Oh, a little bit too much. You're a good boy. So I got in front of him. Good boy! Good boy! So I asked for a little more, and he calmly gave it to me. Oh, yeah. So that's leading with energy. So bringing the energy up and back down.